Over the decades, I was searching for myself and trying this and that. I believe it was 1994 when I had a near-death experience. And that was the beginning of the turning point. I realized I should have died, but I didn't. Life transitions have a different effect on everybody. Others get stuck and their self-worth goes down. Their confidence goes down. I've lost a job, or the kids are gone, it's an empty nest now, or even older, look at me in my 70s, finally figuring it out. Now we have to rediscover what we love and take care of ourselves. And it's not being selfish, taking care of ourselves. If you can't take care of yourself, then how are you supposed to actually help somebody else or take care of somebody else? Because you have to love yourself first in order to love somebody else. The process is baby steps, taking the small steps. And the one step would be to forgive yourself. Don't dwell on the past mistakes or the what ifs, the what could have beens. Today is the day. You only have today. So forgive yourself, love yourself, and just keep moving forward. The Riva Experience taught me, once I made that choice, I'm no longer going to allow anybody to make me feel small. That changed my world. And whatever's going on in your life, what's holding you back, look it right in the eye and make a decision, make a choice. That's when when things will change for you.
Hey everyone, it's Sophia from Sacred You. Thank you so much for being here. A quick message before we dive into today's conversation. You may have been watching the podcast videos, but have not had a chance to hit that subscribe button. So if you have ever gained value from our videos, from our conversations, it would mean so much to us if you would hit that subscribe button below right now, or even just give us a like. And what that means is not only does it allow us to grow our subscriber base, but it allows us to bring in more important guests for you to listen to, and you will be one of the first ones to be notified. So please hit that subscribe button and let's get started on today's conversation. Welcome to the Pathways to Wellbeing podcast. My name's Sophia from Sacred You. And with me today, I am really excited to talk to the beautiful Rosemary, who I've known for a little while. Thank you so much, Rosemary, for joining us today on our podcast.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. And I'm really excited about talking to you about reclaiming your spark and finding purpose and confidence all after life's transitions, everything life brings us. And Rosemary, you are the founder of the Riva Experience. Definitely want to know more about that, where you guide women over 40 through big life transitions, like when people retire, when, if the unfortunate thing that women lose their jobs, or they're just feeling absolutely stuck. What I'd love to do to start with, Rosemary, is tell us a little bit about you and what first inspired you to step into this work and create a heart-centered path for other women.
Well, it's actually been a long journey. Over the decades, I was searching for myself and trying this and that. And I believe, and I can never remember the exact year, but I believe it was 1994 when I had a near-death experience. And that was the beginning of the turning point. It still took a few decades after that, but I realized I should have died, but I didn't. So I have a purpose. But now I have to figure out what was that purpose. So the Riva Experience came from that because I'm thinking, why did it take me so? I was I'm not good with numbers, but I think I was in my 40s then. And until my 30 years, until my 70s, when I finally figured it out, what I'm supposed to be here, but I had to go through all those lessons. And it's my life experiences that brought me to the Riva Experience. And that's why I want to call it experience. So I was working for my friend who's in real estate, and I thought I should be having a professional name, not billing her with just my name. So I thought I'll do Rosemary Evangelista, virtual assistant. That's how I got Riva. It did nothing for me. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to Google it, see what Riva comes up. It turns out, and this is, I get goosebumps every time I talk about this. It turns out it's the name of a goddess who brings us from darkness to light with courage and strength. And that has been my drive to get to where I'm going. But at that point, okay, great. It's the name of a goddess, darkness to light, courage and strength. Now what? It still took me another 2-3 years to put it all together, to get my confidence and my courage and decide not to let anybody else make me feel small, because it was me allowing them to make me feel small. So those experiences brought me to the Riva experience.
Thank you. And I also didn't know that there is a goddess called Riva. And I want to go into your actual method and to really go into what Riva now means for you. Tell me from your experience, why do you think so many women over 40, especially after the children are grown up, those who have children, or they lose their jobs or change their jobs or get divorced, it's all around that age group. Why do you think so many women are stuck at that age and just say, now what?
Life transitions have a different effect on everybody. Some allow that pause and then they can carry on, but others get stuck and their self-worth goes down. Their confidence goes down. I've lost a job, or the kids are gone. It's an empty nest now, or even older, look at me in my 70s, finally figuring it out. My challenge, or not my challenge, my challenges, I guess, were that I wasn't able to reflect on what my gifts were. And REVA, actually, the acronym, led me to my program. So we reflect, and that's what I didn't do. I wasn't reflecting on what my gifts were. When I speak with women at 40 and over, what are your gifts? Let's reflect. Let's discover what are the things that you love to do. And then we move on to explore REVA. So we're going to explore. Now we get your gifts, your talents, your desires, the things that make you happy, the things that create the spark in your life. Let's explore how we can get that into a passion for you. Then V, we're going to visualize what that plan is. How can we take your gifts, your passion, and visualize a path that you can move down. Maybe it's a completely different path that you're going to take from what you've been doing all your life. For me, I was constantly in sales, selling satellite dishes, pots and pans, life insurance, it really wasn't my thing. But I finally visualized through the Riva experience what my path was. And then we're going to align all of that so that you have the clarity to move forward and the confidence to move forward.
Thank you. So reflect, explore, visualize, align. Riva experience, and connects you to the Riva goddess, which is all about courage and strength.
Isn't that amazing? How all that it just flowed one step at a time. These revelations came to me and I thought, this is what I was meant to do.
Yes. And it's incredible how it actually started out. You've still got the name Riva, Rosemary Evangelista virtual assistant. You've still got those letters, but you've turned into something much more special, much more powerful. And for you, what it means for you to be your purpose. So.
I've always wanted to be a teacher, even as a child. I'm the oldest of 5 siblings. I was one of the older neighborhood kids. So I would gather them and we'd play teacher or school, or I'd try and get a club together. I even wanted to collect pennies for membership, but somehow that didn't work because nobody had pennies at that time. But I wanted to be a teacher. I even went to teachers college. I didn't pass, or for whatever reason, I didn't graduate. But there was a purpose for that, because I was not meant to be in a classroom. I was meant to be teaching this experience so that others can benefit from it. in a different way, a spiritual teaching.
Yes, yes, it is. And you are a wonderful spiritual teacher, and thoroughly recommend anyone who is watching or listening to our podcast, do click on those links below and reach out to Rosemary. Beautiful and amazing woman. So thank you. And I'm also, can I just say, Rosemary, I'm actually honored to be talking to you. And I just want to thank you for bringing the REVA experience to Sacred You and the women of the world. And we will do what we can to get it out there, because this is something that will help all women.
Yes.
No matter what we're going through in our lives, but all women, because we all want to be able to reflect, but not many people do. Not a lot of women allow themselves the opportunity to reflect on their life and to really explore, what do I want to do? Quite often it's all about family and everyone else. We know that it's a big thing for women to put themselves first.
Absolutely. After being years of the caretaker, you're the mom, you're the wife,
Yes.
and things change, transitions happen in life. And you ask the question, now, what am I to do now? Why can I do something for me? Or how can I do something for me?
Yeah. It takes a lot. And what do you think is actually missing from their lives, from women who have thought that they've done everything right? And yes, they've spent many years taking care of other people in whatever role that they're playing. But what's the missing link for them?
Self-care, thinking about themselves. Like, if we don't take care of ourselves, there's all kinds of aspects for taking care of ourselves. It's the physical, it's the emotional, it's the mental health. It's just doing things that we love. We tend to put other people first, help them do the things they love. Now we have to rediscover what we love and take care of ourselves. And it's not being selfish, taking care of ourselves. It's, if you can't take care of yourself, then how are you supposed to actually help somebody else or take care of somebody else? Because you have to love yourself first in order to love somebody else.
You definitely do. And it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Big thing for women. Now, can I also ask you, because as part of your program, you guide women to explore, and I'm not going to be able to say this properly, but they're
Ikigai.
Ikigai.
So I think of, the way I can remember it is, I think of a guy that's icky.
Ikigai.
So Ikigai.
Okay, so tell us, what on earth is Ikigai and how do we explore it?
Oh, it's an amazing story. I actually, that just the discovery of Ikigai was one of the beginning paths for me to get to the Riva Experience. I was watching a program on CNN about the blue zones in the world, and one of them is in Japan. And they coined the phrase Ikigai. It's a little village outside of Okinawa where people live to be over 100. And that's what, in the blue zones, they're eating healthy. They all live to be over 100. So what are they doing? But when I studied or discovered the Ikigai in Japan, it really resonated with me. They live with purpose. They have a reason for being. And that is part of the reflection. What is your reason for being? If you don't have a purpose, you feel lost. You're not clear. So Ikigai is a community base. They help if somebody there has a financial issue, they get together and help that person financially. If it's a health issue, they get together and help. They're constantly, the sentence, I don't even know if I can say this word, but the sentence, people that live to be 100, they work in their own gardens still. So they're active. So they're physically active. They have community care. They have family, which creates the love that they need to have around them. That's how I found Ikigai. And that's what it's basically, a reason for being.
A reason for being, which is so important, is having a purpose. If you don't have a reason for being, I can really imagine that your life isn't that happy, for the better of the word. And I can really see how having a reason for living, purpose, would help you extend your life. So if you don't have that, then your life might be a lot shorter. things.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that. Ikigai. I'm going to
Ikigai.
go and check that one out. All right. And I'd love to know more about the REVA experience. How is it different from your traditional coaching or your personal development programs? Why, basically, Rosemary, why do women want to come to you rather than going to another coach?
To be honest, there's so many coaches out there, and we all have similar things that we talk about, things that we offer to help in coaching. But what's different is if I resonate with you, my empathy, my willing to listen. There's other coaches that can do the same thing, but it's just that connection. I talk about the reflect, the explore, the visual, the aligning, but I do it in a heartfelt way with compassion, empathy, and I think I'm a good listener, so I like to think I am. But I'm not worried about other coaches out there because we all have our own vibe. We all have our own way to resonate with other people. So I'm sure there's people that would resonate with you that wouldn't resonate with me, and vice versa. So I'm just out there to connect with people. Let's have a conversation and we can find out together whether we're compatible.
Absolutely. And again, I really recommend you, and for everyone who is listening, do reach out to Rosemary, even if it is just for that conversation.
Yeah. You don't learn anything about somebody by just looking on their website or reading an article. I'm going to use the word squat about somebody until you have a conversation.
Exactly. Totally. It's all about the energy.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It can be the best coach in the world. You could be the best coach in the world, but if your energy or if our energy doesn't align, it ain't going to work.
Exactly.
And one way you do that is to have those conversations. It doesn't matter where you are in the world.
Right.
It really doesn't matter. With the wonders of technology, we're brought together, and anyone in the world can reach out and connect. So thank you.
Yep.
And again,
Absolutely.
really, you are a very heart-centered woman and so much compassion. So much compassion. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to be saying thank you and I honor you. And for Rosemary, for any woman who is listening right now, but they feel completely stuck and are resonating with what you're saying, right? Besides reaching out and having a conversation with you, which I thoroughly again recommend, encourage people to do, what's one small but powerful step that women can take today to bring themselves back to themselves?
One step, which is an important step too, and it's not a big step. We should always, the process is baby steps, taking the small steps. And the one step would be to forgive yourself. Don't dwell on the past mistakes or the what ifs, the what could have beens. Today is the day. You only have today. So forgive yourself, love yourself, and just keep moving forward. Look for the sparkle. Most people that know me know that I love things that sparkle. But my motto is look for a sparkle in your day. That sparkle will make you smile and it will change your focus. And it can be just the little bits of sparkle if you're walking down the sidewalk in the concrete or in the asphalt. There's sparkles when the sun shines on it. There's sparkles on the water when the sun hits those little waves. There's sparkles everywhere. You just have to look a little bit harder and let that change your focus.
I love that. Look for the sparkles. You can see them everywhere. No matter where you are, there's always a sparkle.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, it's completely dark, but then light can sparkle.
Even then there's sparkles. They're the stars.
Stars. Yes.
Yeah. The street lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
They're everywhere.
They are. They are. We can start up a whole movement of looking for the sparkles in your life.
You sure can.
And Rosemary, tell us, if I can get a little bit personal. Tell us about your life. How has your life changed with the Riva experience, because I know that when you help other people go through something, you're going through it yourself. So how has
Yes.
your life changed?
Well, being the oldest of 5, my parents came from Austria. I was born in England, and when I was 11 months old, came to Canada. So I know Canada. I don't know Austria. I have relatives in that. But we were always struggling. I remember St. Vincent de Paul would come Christmas, one time came Christmas with a food basket because my dad had been sick. He was sick almost every winter and in hospital. So we struggled. There were things that happened, things that were said when I was little that made me feel small. I love my dad. He was not one for discipline, but there was an incident with him at the dinner table. My parents had been arguing, and my dad said, "I've had enough." And I piped up and said, "I've had enough too." Well, he grabbed me off the dining room table, scared the heck out of me. He never laid a hand on me, but that just told me that I can't speak up. And in the 50s, when I grew up, you really don't talk back, you don't speak up. But that really put an emotion, I don't know what to call it, but that carried on through my adulthood. I was afraid to speak up because what if I'm judged? What am I going to say? How are people going to react to me? And there were times where I did speak up, but then I thought I cringed and then, okay, I shouldn't have spoken up because now they see me. But the Riva experience taught me once I made that choice, I'm no longer going to allow anybody to make me feel small. That changed my world. And whatever's going on in your life, what's holding you back, look it right in the eye and make a decision. Make a choice. That's when when things will change for you.
Make that choice that you're never going back.
Yeah.
What happened before, and allowing
Yeah.
that experience to affect you your whole life. So thank you for sharing that.
If I could just add one more thing.
Yes.
It may sound as easy. Okay, I made a choice and the next day everything changed. It's a progress. It's a journey. And recognizing when you're falling back into it to say, no, I've made a choice and I'm going to keep moving. So I just want to make sure that it is a work. It's a work in progress and you can do it.
Anyone can, even if it's those small steps, those very small steps of, like you said, forgiving yourself, which is actually a big thing for a lot of people. But when you're able to really forgive yourself, you move forward so much easier, so much quicker.
Yeah.
And to be able to reflect on what do you want to do. Most women, and even men too, most people, a lot of people, it's all about what we think other people think that we should be doing. We spend too much time thinking about what other people are thinking, worrying about what other people are thinking, when they're actually not, because we're all caught up in our own lives. But what do I want to do? Not what someone else wants to do. What's me?
Or what they think you should do.
Exactly. And exploring that and visualizing it and aligning, feeling that energy, if this is the path that I want to go. And talking about aligning and things, you mentioned too that in human design that you're a reflector. Now, does that come in? Does human design come into the Riva experience?
For myself, once I discovered it, I was on a 4/6 reflector. And once I discovered that, it made so much sense why my life went the way it was, because I wasn't supposed to do this until later in life. And here I am doing it later in life. I haven't figured out yet how to incorporate, but I do want to bring that at some point into the Riva experience because it's powerful.
Human design is very powerful. And for anyone who doesn't know what human design is, would you like to share in a few words, in a couple of sentences, what actually is human design?
I'm not 100% sure. I experienced that with somebody from the serving circle. She did the process for me. And it's your birth date, the year that you were born, I think the time. And it compiles so much about your life the direction that you will be going, what you've done, like your past and into your future. So for me, like I said, it came up that I am at the top. I'm on the roof of whatever the world thing is. I'm on the roof looking down and analyzing everything. But I'm supposed to learn and become what I'm supposed to be later in life.
Yes.
And that made sense to me because of my journey. And I always wondered, why is it taking so long for me to figure out my purpose? That's why. It really fills in a lot about your personality and your life.
It does, and I agree. And for me, human design is astrology, but so much more.
Oh, much more, way much more.
Astrology, it uses so much. And it's a design. It's a human design print of your life.
Yes.
Right?
It's fascinating.
Blueprint of your life and being a human. It is. But we're here to talk about you and the Riva Experience. So for you, Rosemary, and now that you've mentioned that you're now in your 70s, what's one word that you can use to describe your life after 40?
That's a good question. One word. That's hard, one word. But I would say looking now, I would say, see, I can't come up with one word because I want to say amazing, and then I want to say interesting and exciting and adventurous, wonderful. I can't come up with one word. Great. Oh, I do. It just hit me. Grateful.
Grateful.
Yes.
It's a nice place to be, a nice space to be in, especially in the later part of life.
Yes.
You're grateful for all the experiences and that have brought you to where you are. So thank you for sharing that. And now in your life, living in this world, we are in a pretty much crazy world. I think everyone would agree that the world has gone a little bit out of whack. What keeps you grounded? What keeps you sane in this world?
A number of things, but I think the biggest thing is my passion to help somebody else, because when I can do something through the Riva Experience or just connecting with somebody in a conversation, and I can see that it's helped them, it makes everything worthwhile. All the negativity, all the heartache and the challenges that I've been through, it makes it all worthwhile, because now I've learned, it's taken me 70 plus years to learn that I was here for that purpose, and I can help somebody. Maybe they don't have to go through 30 years like I did. I can help them figure it out a little bit earlier, but that's what makes me grateful and happy.
It keeps you grounded.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about your day? Tell us about your day. Do you have any rituals, especially in the morning or at night, that you really can't live without because it knows that it helps to keep you grounded?
I do have a ritual, and sometimes I'm thinking, it's just taking too long. I've got so much work to do. I need to not do this, but I like to get up in the morning, have my tea, have my breakfast, and then I'll sit in the recliner with the massage on the recliner, and I'll put on YouTube and listen to some tarot. There's a couple of people that I really like, and they've been positive. So it gets me in that positive mindset for the day. And then I'll put on meditative music, either the hand pan, what it's called, the hand drums, hand pan.
Yes, hand
pan, yeah. I love those. Or something soft, and I'll have that playing all day when I'm working. And sometimes that process takes a couple of hours. I should be working. I should be getting to do, I got so much to do, but then I decided, and this is another thing that I've learned too, take the time. Because if you don't take that time for you, that's gone.
Yes.
And you're going to be more stressed. So it's okay to take it easy.
Okay. And yes, I'd like to agree with you that it is okay to take it easy and to take the time for ourselves, because as you said, if we don't, it goes. We can never get that time back.
Yeah.
And if we don't take time for ourselves, then no one else will either.
Exactly.
Thank you for that. And is there one piece of advice that you would like to give to your younger self?
I guess basically, it's okay. Simple as that. It's okay. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. You've got today. Enjoy the day, because this too shall.
This too shall pass, and look where you are now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. And a couple of more questions, Rosemary, for you. What does the pathway to well-being mean for you?
Pathway to well-being is to continue to be in service to help others.
I love that. Thank you. Continue to be in service to others, and for that, it is all about our entire well-being. We can't be in service to others if we're not just maintaining our entire.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And is there any other question that I could have asked you, Rosemary? No, there is. Tell us about your programs. You've got a 5-day challenge. Tell us about your 5-day challenge.
Yeah, I have a free 5-day challenge. It's anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how many questions. And I've had some amazing responses with people we've done the reflect, the explore, the visual, the aligning, and bring it all together on day 5. And it's free. And it gives me such inspiration that I can do that. And actually, one of the clients that signed up for my 5-day challenge, she was already in business, but she felt stuck. And going through the 5-day challenge, it gave her that spark. We talk about sparkles. It gave her the spark to open up her Etsy store. And she is so much more happy, which makes me extremely happy that I was able to create that for her. So my 5-day challenge can help you get out of being stuck. And then the 4-week course that comes after it, we go in depth. So for a week, we do really reflecting, then the exploring. So it's 4 weeks of in-depth looking at finding your passion, your reason for being. And there is a charge for that.
Yeah, of course, no problems. But all the information will be on the links below. So for everyone who is watching again, click on those links. And even if it's just your 5-day challenge to start with.
Yeah.
It's an easy thing. So do be part of that. Thank you, Rosemary. And is there any other question that I could have asked you? And
No, just wanted to say part of the growth here is I started the Riva Experience, but I've also stepped out of my comfort zone and started the Riva Experience podcast.
you have.
So there's a lot of things. Once you find your Ikigai, there's so many things that you can do, and I am doing them now. So I appreciate you, Sophia. Thank you so much for having me on. I love having conversations with you.
Thank you. I've been honored to be on your podcast too.
Yes, you did.
It's really grateful, and you do a wonderful job as well. And I love it. Once you find your Ikigai, then they really say the universe is unlimited. There are no boundaries to what we can do when we're following our purpose and our passion.
Absolutely.
And you've got a lot of years to live, so why not do it?
That's right. I plan to follow the Ikigai plan and live over 100.
And I'm sure you will, Rosemary. I'm sure we'll be sitting here in another 20, 30 years looking back and go, we had that conversation then.
Yeah. And then we can say we did it.
We did it. Your Ikigai. Love to know more. Thank you ever so much. And do please come back and tell us more about the REVA experience and your next journeys as your Ikigai unfolds. Let us know what Rosemary is up to now. Thank you.
I will. Thank you.
Wow, what an incredible and informative conversation with Rosemary, who just shared her experience of reclaiming that spark and finding purpose in our lives. Remember the Riva experience to reflect, explore, visualize, and align yourself with your Ikigai, your purpose, and your passion. If you've been listening to today's conversation and something resonated deeply within you, know that you're not alone. Reach out to Rosemary, even if it is just for a chat. Visit Rosemary's website by clicking on the links below, explore everything that she has to offer, and sign up for her 5-day challenge. And for more empowering conversations, tools, and strategies, do follow Sacred You on all our social media or visit our website at www.sacredu, that's the letter U, .love. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss another episode. Have a beautiful day and look for those sparkles in your day. Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. Stay grounded, stay inspired, stay connected, and until next time, keep walking your pathway to well-being.